This is TOS Television, your digital-first Pan-African news network. I am Abigail Ukmade, and this is Africa Now. Sudan's coup head and army chief Abdel Fattah al-Burhan was sworn in on Thursday as the country's head of a new transitional council he appointed following the military takeover late last month. Mohamed Hamdan Dogalo, commander of the powerful paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, will remain Burhan's deputy. The new 14-member sovereign council includes civilians representing Sudan's region, but none from the Forces of Freedom and Change, political coalition that had been sharing power with the military in a democratic transition since 2019. One member is yet to be confirmed. The government of Ethiopia says that any Ethiopian staff working for the United Nations or African Union do not live in space and will be punished for any law breaking. Since the East African country declared a state of emergency on November 2 after rebellious forces from the northern region of Tigray and their allies made territorial gains and threatened to march onto the capital, hundreds of Tigrayans have been arrested in Addis Ababa along with 16 UN staff members. Foreign citizens have also been caught up in the wave of arrests. Now to Libya. A military official says Libya's eastern-based forces have agreed to repatriate 300 foreign mercenaries from their area of control after a request from France. The move is intended to stimulate a UN-backed agreement struck late last month between the warring sides in the conflict through a joint military commission to stage a phased withdrawal, the Eastern Forces official says in a statement. Both sides in Libya's conflict have extensively deployed mercenaries, according to UN experts, including from Chad, Sudan, and Syria. Still on Libya, world leaders, almost 30 countries and organizations are in France to advocate for Libya's year-end elections and the removal of foreign mercenaries from the oil-producing nation despite growing political wrangling that threatens to unravel a year-long peace process. Libya's elections, targeted for December 24, was set through a UN-backed roadmap adopted last year that also established an interim unity government to take over from rival administrations in East and West that had been warring for years. The process is seen as a chance to end a decade of instability and warfare following the 2011 NATO-backed uprising that ousted Muammar Gaddafi. And moving away from Libya, a passenger motorboat hit a rock and capsized at 9 a.m. on Lake Kivu in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo on Thursday, leaving at least 2 people drowned and dozens missing, the transport minister and a local civil society representative said. The minister, Ali Masi Mulumbu, says the authorities have sent a team to the site to find out how many people were on board. Volunteers had counted 15 bodies by the time the search was called off in the evening due to heavy rain. 60 people had been rescued and around 40 are still missing. This is your digital-first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You are watching Africa Now. Business and more coming your way after the break. So stay tuned. Welcome back in business. South Africa's National Treasury on Thursday pledged to cut the deficit and curb debt in its midterm budget, saying it would not commit to new long-term spending despite a windfall from high commodity prices. The Treasury says it will stick to a disciplined fiscal strategy and set a new target of narrowing the deficit of 4.9% of GDP in 2024-25. The Treasury now sees GDP expanding 5.1% this year compared to the 3.3% predicted in February. Widely praised for her efforts to improve government accountability, Sierra Leone's chief auditor Lara Taylor-Pierce on Thursday disclosed that President Julius Madiba Biel had suspended her while the Attorney General investigates her office. The suspension comes weeks before her office is due to present an annual audit of the government's handling of public finances in 2020. Taylor-Pierce had served as Auditor General for 10 years, earning a reputation for efforts to improve public sector accountability. Now, Mozambican President Filipe Nyusi has appointed Arsenia Felicidade Felix Massingue as the country's first woman interior minister. This comes after the previous ministers in charge of defense and interior security were both sacked this week. She is expected to tackle many challenges faced by her predecessor, including terrorism, corruption, and kidnappings. Now, residents of Tanzania's commercial capital are now forced to minimize the use of water and cope with the severe shortage that has started to bite after the country's water board began rationing in many parts of the city. Dar es Salaam Water and Sewage Authority recently announced that there will be a shortage for customers served by the Upper Ruvu and Wami River due to decrease in water levels caused by droughts. And U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken will be in Kenya, Nigeria, and Senegal from November 15 to 20th, the State Department said on Thursday. In Nairobi, Blinken will meet with Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta to discuss topics including cooperation on ending the COVID-19 pandemic and regional security issues. And in Abuja, Blinken will meet with Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari to discuss cooperation on global health, security, expanding energy access, and revitalizing democracy. In Dakar, he will meet with Senegalese President Macky Sall to reaffirm the close partnership between their two countries, the statement says. And that is it on Africa Now. For more updates, to visit our website at www.TOSTVNetwork.com. Follow us and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube to stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Abigail Lukwade. Thanks for watching.